Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? I'm going to address this very quickly just because so many of you have asked this question. I have been asked almost an absurd amount whether or not the Saints should sign Lael Collins. Okay. So by the way, there has been no indication from the Saints that they are interested in signing Lael Collins. They have not worked him out. As best we can tell, I have not seen any reports that they have contacted him or his representatives. If you're not familiar, of course, Lael Collins played at LSU, would have been a first-round pick, but an awful draft day scenario that unfolded about him being a person of interest in a murder of an ex-girlfriend, of which he had literally nothing to do with, but there was a protect the shield edict that went out from the commissioner's office, and so he went undrafted. Signed with the Dallas Cowboys, became one of the best left guards in the NFL early in his career. Ultimately, they would move him to right tackle. He became a Pro Bowl right tackle. He's a great player. But he's battled a lot of injuries in his career. He signed as a free agent with Cincinnati and suffered a season-ending knee injury last year, torn ACL and MCL. He's declared healthy, but he did not make the Bengals. They cut him, so he's a free agent, and he's available right now. So a lot of people have said, hey, the Saints' offensive line stinks. Should they go sign Lael Collins? No. The Saints should not go sign Lael Collins. When he was healthy and earlier in his career, he was an elite left guard. There were some Cowboy fans who were drawing comparisons early in Lael Collins' career to Larry Allen. Larry Allen's a Hall of Famer, okay? That's how good Lael was early in his career at left guard. That should come as no surprise. He was a dominant player at LSU and would have been a first-round draft pick, but for what happened around draft day. He became a very good right tackle. Probably should have been an all-pro in 2019. He was awesome. But he's had a myriad of injuries throughout his career in the NFL. Back injuries, foot injuries, last year, the torn ACL, MCL. So you have a guy that's 30 years old he's played in 89 career games, but only twice has he played a full season, and that was in 2017, 2018. And look, last year started 15 games for the Bengals before tearing his ACL and MCL. But when you have a guy that's later in his career that has been injury prone and is coming off a really significant knee injury, it's hard to justify, especially the two positions he's played in the NFL. Right tackle, the Saints have $100 million invested in Ryan Ramczyk as their starting right tackle, who, when he's healthy and playing well, is arguably the best right tackle in football. And while nobody had a great day against Green Bay, one of the very encouraging things Jermon Bushrod told us yesterday is that he thinks that Ramczyk, the first couple of weeks of the season, actually played really well. Everybody took their turn having bad moments against Green Bay. Okay, so Collins is not going to play right tackle. Could he play left guard? Well, here's the problem with that. You've got Hurst playing left guard. And you can say, well, bless you, Cesar Ruiz has a concussion, and they move Hurst to right guard, and Andrus Peat goes in at left guard. Cool. By the way, Andrus Peat came into the league the same year that Lael Collins did. There was a lot of people upset that the Saints didn't draft Collins in that spot when he was falling and instead took Andrus Peat. Anyway, but you used the first-round pick on Andrus Peat. He's still on the roster, and he's been here. He's got timing with Eric McCoy. Like, he's had reps with this offense. He knows the offense. Like, he's your backup left guard. And behind him, you've got Nick Saldiveri, who you just used a fourth-round pick on out of Old Dominion. He made this team, and he is a guy you feel really good about being a future starter as an interior player in this offensive line. My point is, the two spots that Lael Collins could play are right tackle, which he's not going to play because that's Ryan Ramczyk, and left guard, which you've got a logjam there where Hurst won the job. Peat, a former first-round pick, is the backup. And then you've got Saldiveri, a fourth-round pick this year, who you're betting on the come as well. So where do you put him? There doesn't, like, aging veteran, 30 years old, coming off a devastating knee injury, and the two positions he plays, you don't really have an avail on this roster. So, no, I don't think that makes a lot of sense for New Orleans to try to sign Lael Collins. Even if you were looking to sign a player, I'm not sure that's the player that you would look for. I would be very excited to see Lael come to New Orleans because he's a Baton Rouge guy who was a great LSU Tiger. He sort of turned around that turnaround of guys deciding to stay for their senior years because, as we've talked about, there was this run where everyone recruited by LSU that was an elite prospect. It was just 3 and done, 3 into the league. And Lael came back for his senior year. It was awesome in his senior year. And it didn't work out for him in the draft like we just talked about, but that started the process of guys like Tre'Davious White and Ethan Posick and guys like that coming back for their senior season. So I pull for Lael. I just don't see the fit in New Orleans. It just doesn't make sense right now for the Saints. So a lot of people have asked about Lael Collins. To me, it doesn't make sense, and the Saints haven't even shown an interest of bringing in offensive linemen to work them out. It feels like you've got this unit of players. You've just got to get them playing better. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.